When I think of EDM, I think of people heaving and jumping. Back in the days, people didn't do that. People, like kids, weren't jumping. It wasn't like driven by youth. The youth took this culture and made it into something larger. The youth ultimately created electronic dance music from their energy.
Don't let your head hang low. You've seen the darkest skies, I know.
Roll camera here. And we're rolling, guys. Take it away.
When I was 6 and 7, it was probably the first time when I saw where music was a lifestyle. When I found that same feeling, it was a big deal for me. I turned into a straight edge hardcore kid in like a few weeks. The philosophy behind that straight edge hardcore scene was about being productive, was about being proactive in your community. I have to believe in it, I have to bleed it, I have to know that this is my life, where it's not necessarily about what your profit margins are, but about how it's going to affect and push the culture forward. I started Dimmock Records in 1996. I was in school at UC Santa Barbara. It's easy to start up projects. I was writing for a zine. I was putting on shows. I was in a band. The next step for me was to start a label, and that's how we did it.
I'm Brian, I'm the marketing director at Dimmock. Been here probably about 8 or 9 years now. Working with Steve has always been interesting, to say the least. The ethos that he has sort of instilled in the office has continued, like by any means necessary, do it yourself, the DIY. So that continues, and I think that's really motivating.
Through all my businesses that I do, your team is what makes up how successful or how big of a failure your business will be. With Dimmock, it took some time, and now we have a successful business outside of being a piece of culture that we've been a part of for so long.
I think I was the first one to get a Dimmock tattoo. I got my lip done. It's become more of a personal thing now too, aside from just Dimmock. Probably at least 80% of the staff here have a tattoo. A lot of the artists have tattoos, and a lot of fans have tattoos, so it's cool.
Sonny lives over there, Skrillex lives over there. A lot of artists just start moving to LA just to work, because it's easier to work in LA. 2002 is when I moved to Los Angeles. Best way to build a community in LA is throw parties. But we threw the coolest and hipster parties in Hollywood. That just became a culture of its own. When all the parties were happening, we'd have all the bands come over and stay the night. Many a night with DJ AM where we would throw like 3 a.m. poker games with all the hipsters, just a lot of fun. That hipster culture evolved into the electro culture.
I'm holding up the world, I won't let you fall.
And so the Aoki show is happening, celebrating the launch of Neon Future 2, how to do a big show. What better way to do it than in the city that reared me, that made me, and doing it on the streets is actually very much a Steve Aoki kind of thing to do. Pretty incredible. I'm excited about the show. We're doing it the right way, that's why I teamed up with Eric Garcetti and the city of Los Angeles, and it won't be shut down, hopefully.
Who's going to be playing tonight?
This guy named Steve Aoki is playing. It feels like more than 8,000 people. I mean, when you look at it like lengthwise.
It's going to look huge. We've got cameras everywhere. We've got like 9 cameras here.
When I think about technology as a label owner from Dimmock Records standpoint, everything changes and moves rapidly. So you have to stay ahead of that, and you can't get stuck with old concepts. One thing remains true between all of this. Circulation of the music is a #1 priority, because if the music is out there, you will sell more. My album is called Neon Future, so I embrace technology to the fullest.
Steve Aoki, dude, he loves LA. He always comes to LA, dude. And all of his music is just the best. So I just love Steve Aoki.
He makes you feel good. I mean, there's all these songs always talk about sad and depressing stuff. He's just, you're happy. You can't listen to him and be upset.
All these DJ artists, to me, it's nice because they're reinventing so much, and it's really cool. And Steve Aoki, I've been listening to for about 3 years. So, and he's from LA, so why not?
I saw him last year at EDC and I was pregnant. And we couldn't wait for this day, especially because we get to bring her.
Well, you know, every DJ has their signature, whatever they do. He has the cake thing and the jump.
When people see me on the internet, they're mainly seeing what people want to take photographs or videos of. You know, when someone's throwing a cake in someone's face, you want to capture that moment because it's so bizarre, it's so out there. And hopefully with attention we'll draw to the larger scope of what I'm doing, which is my music. That to me is as probably the realest, most spiritual side of who I am. With dance music in general, this is the voice of the generation right now. So where are we going now? What's the future hold? From an artist perspective, I just hope that my music will represent any time.